Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. We are going to be making some delicious, incredibly tasty blueberry biscuits from the scratch. Honey, do you hear me? We is competing with Bojangles out here. In fact, we're not even competing because really is no competition. Because what I'm going to show y'all today is so fire, it's so delicious. Everyone in the family is going to love it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as you see, I have already preheated my oven to 375 degrees. I have about a cup and a fourth of blueberries. These are fresh blueberries. I don't typically make this recipe with the frozen ones because I don't like the excess liquid. But if you do use frozen berries, I would try thawing them and then draining off the excess, okay? I'm going to clean these very well, and then I'm going to add some lemon juice. You know, lemon juice brings out the flavor in blueberries. Even though this isn't super lemony, I just like putting on a few tablespoons. I'm then going to toss the blueberries in a fourth of a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Mix this well. You want that sugar to get all up in them blueberries. Y'all already know this is not healthy other than, you know, this being a little bit of fruit. So don't need to talk to me about the sugar we're about to use today. Okay, I'm going to put this in the fridge because you want everything to be cold, right? So I'm going to let this stay cold while we prepare the flour mixture. I am not using self-rising flour. I'm going to make self-rising flour. So what I'm going to do is weigh out 1 pound of all-purpose flour. 16 ounces, y'all, for those who don't know. What I really need to find is one of them old school flour sifters with the handle. You know, the one where it looks like you're churning it almost like butter? Them things make your flour ultra fine, but they don't have those vintage ones anymore. At least I haven't been able to find them. Do any of y'all still use those to sift your flour? I wish I had the one that my grandmother had, because that thing right there, that thing was putting in some work. Okay, now y'all, to make my flour into self-rising flour, I am going to add a teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now I do want these biscuits to be a little bit sweet, so I am putting in a third of a cup of sugar. You could add more to your liking. It won't make this ultra sweet, but it's going to have a little bit of sweetness. Now I am using a glaze as well, so I don't want to go crazy with it, but it's up to you how much sugar you want to add to your biscuit dough. Into this, I am going to grate in my butter. Y'all, using a cheese grater for the butter is like the cheat code. I know so many people love to use a pastry cutter, but the thing about it is that I don't use a pastry cutter for anything else, whereas a cheese grater has multiple purposes in the kitchen. I have frozen the butter. That is why I can grate it. And this one is unsalted. You actually can use salted if you want a little more additional salt in your biscuits. I'm going to grate in a stick and a half of butter. And then you're going to see how easy it is for me to work this butter into the flour. It literally only took me like a minute to grate the butter. And then I can just mix it in and incorporate it until you get this somewhat pebbly texture, or maybe I should say sandy texture, relatively quickly without the butter going warm. And that's what you do not want. Don't work this so much that the butter starts to melt. That is going to impact the texture of your biscuits. I have right now 1 cup of cold buttermilk, very cold buttermilk, and I am going to add more. I just always start out with a cup. For this amount of flour, you're going to need anywhere from a cup and a half to a cup and 3/4. It is going to depend on y'all how the wind is blowing that day. I don't know what it is, but sometimes, you know, maybe it's the humidity in the air or how dry the flour was. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I need a little bit more and sometimes I need a little bit less. Okay? You want to add it in until you get the texture that you see on the screen. So first I'm adding in the cup. As you can see, it is pretty dry, right? It's very dry. It's not sticky at all. When you are working with biscuit dough, you are looking for a lightly tacky dough. You do not want to overwork the dough. This should come together very quickly. So within about 3 to 4 minutes, your dough should be formed. You got to keep it moving or else your biscuits are going to become tough. Some of y'all want to sit there and you want to work the dough for like 10 minutes. Baby, you don't need biscuits. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Very quickly, I got this biscuit dough here, and this is the perfect texture. See how I grab it? When I touch it, it's a little tacky, but when I release, I don't have a bunch of dough on my hands. That is what you are looking for. Immediately, you have to start cutting it out because this dough is still actually fairly cold. The butter was cold and the buttermilk was cold. So we got to keep it moving. Now, y'all, I don't want to hear nobody say, I can't roll out biscuits on my counter. It's my kitchen. I can do whatever I want to do, okay? But also, most of the time, most people don't have boards big enough to do this. So cleaning your counter first is just fine. Get up all them crumbs. So them crumbs don't get in them biscuits. If you got them little crumbs and stuff in them biscuits and it ain't flour, baby, they gonna talk about you. They're not gonna trust your cleanliness in the kitchen, okay? So y'all, I gotta put out some flour, and as you can see, I have my rolling pin. Most young folks don't even have this. They don't even know what a rolling pin is, for real. But the ones who cook, we know what it is. All right. So I'm gonna roll this dough out until it is about 1/4 of an inch thickness. We need to put in the blueberries into the biscuits. Okay. Right now we just got plain biscuits, so we got to make a mix. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to roll it out and we're going to make sure it's fairly even. I am going for a rectangular-esque shape. Do it have to be perfect? No, honey, because this is just step 1. Now I'm going to add them sugar-coated blueberries on the right and the left side of the dough. I'm going to leave the middle open because when I start to fold this over, some of the blueberries should naturally kind of push their way into the middle. And I find that if I add them into the middle initially, sometimes they start falling out. But if you just want to spread them out all, at the beginning, you do you, honey. Okay, you do you. So now I'm going to take this pastry like bench scraper and I'm going to lift the dough up. I honestly think this is the easiest way to get it up without handling it too much. So I would just invest in one of these. If you don't have one though, you could try using a wide spatula and see how that works out for you. So you'll see as I move them over, some of the blueberries have just rolled right into the middle. Be careful with this process because these blueberries will try to roll out on you. They will try to escape. Tell them, you locked up in this dough. You're not going nowhere. All right. Get each side and fold it on top of each other. So I folded this one side down and then I'm going to fold the next side on top of that. This is going to create some nice layers in your biscuit. Who doesn't like a flaky biscuit? Okay. And it's also going to help you mix the blueberries without overworking the dough. You see them escapees right there? We locking them back up. They serving their time. Okay. In the comments, y'all let me know any other fruit that y'all have actually mixed into biscuits before like this. I have only done blueberry. I've never done strawberry or peaches or apple or any other fruit. Let me know once you've had success with. I would love to experiment a bit and just see what other flavors I can mix into this biscuit base. Y'all, so give me some suggestions in the comments, okay? Now, guys, I am going to pat out the dough to where it's maybe like 1/2 of an inch thick or so. I really just want it big enough that I can cut out 9 good sized biscuits. We are not going to use the circular biscuit cutters for this because I feel like you should not, you can't do anything with the scraps. You know what I'm trying to say? I want to use up everything on the first go round. And the blueberries will most likely fall out trying to cut up all them circular shapes. So I'm just not going to do that today. And y'all know it tastes the same and this is way easier. You already knew what was about to happen. We bringing out more butter. Some of that Southern Gold, okay? I have about 2 tablespoons here. I'm going to add enough until any excess flour on the top of the biscuits is absorbed. If you leave that excess flour, it's going to make your biscuits look pale. You can also use a beaten egg, or if you just have like egg whites in the fridge, you can use a little bit of that with the butter. That all of these things are going to help it brown. Even putting a little bit of heavy cream on top of the biscuits helps a lot. The main thing you want is that you do not want the top of the biscuits to have that flour, and you want something with a little fat in it so that it can give that good, beautiful color. Once all of my biscuits have been added to my baking sheet, I am going to pop them in the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. Do not over bake. When they look golden brown, they are ready. Okay? Now, y'all, I am going to be a little bit, a little bit big back here. I'm going to make 2 different glazes for the biscuits. It's already not healthy, so don't even get on me. All right? We're just going to go all the way here. I have some powdered sugar. I'm going to mix in a little bit of milk until it gets the consistency that I want, and just add in a touch of vanilla. So this was one idea I had for a glaze. This is a classic. And then I said, why not just be extra indulgent? Let's just go all the way. So I'm going to use this can of sweetened condensed milk as well. It has been 20 minutes and my biscuits are ready. They are golden brown. They are lovely. They are going to be so delicious. Guys, I'm so excited for this. Y'all already know when biscuits come out the oven, it doesn't matter how much butter was in the batter. You're adding more. So I'm going to put about another tablespoon and a half of butter over these biscuits. Do y'all see how them blueberries have baked perfectly? Oh my goodness. Y'all, you got to eat these warm. They are the most delicious when they are warm. So guys, I've opened up my sweetened condensed milk, and you have to go ahead and add that in because you want some of that sweetened condensed milk to just soak into the biscuit. It's going to give it a little bit of a sweetness, almost a scone-like quality. Y'all get what I'm saying? They call these biscuits, but I'm feeling like these are kind of giving scone energy. You know what I mean? Now, on your other glaze, which you don't have to use, you don't have to use 2, okay? If you want to make this, a little different, you could have actually used some lemon juice instead of milk for the glaze. That's a nice energy too. Y'all, tell me how many of these can you tear up? I ate 2, and then to burn off the calories, I went for a walk and I delivered them to all the friends in my neighborhood because I was about to get these out of my kitchen immediately. All right, it wouldn't have been good if I had left them jokers overnight, right? Y'all, these are delicious. Have these with some coffee. Oh my goodness, you are going to be in heaven. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am going to see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye, y'all, and God bless.